Everybody, welcome to your boys Trash Talk with GGS episode 13. We are out here. How was everybody's week, G? How was the week, baby?
Week was cool, man. Been getting knocked around and banged around like a pinball at work, you know, but still making that bread. We got out here the other day. We shot something real cool coming to the YouTube page. So if y'all ain't subscribed yet, you bugging. What you waiting for? Get over there, hit that subscribe, stay tuned. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, another prosperous week, and here we are, man.
So many yeses to everything that man just said.
Word.
Smillz, how was the week, man?
I mean, good week, beginning of the summer and all of that good stuff. It was lovely seeing NY look as normal as that looked
up.
like COVID never even hit, man.
Right.
Like, it was good to see. It was good to see it like that, for real.
Yeah, man. It really was. Yeah, I had a good week too, man. Like G just said, we shot something cool yesterday for the YouTube, and we were in New York City. And doubling off what Smillz just said, you know, it's nice to see that things are looking a little bit more normal out here. So, and all of them damn weed trucks out there, kind of crazy.
Yo.
What was that?
On every single
YouTube
corner.
is static.
Oh man,
Bro, it's
Man.
like it's like food trucks, but you can buy marijuana.
I mean,
But
it
the
was like
police just standing
all I could hear in my song was that freaking song. A whole new world. 'Cause, yo, it felt like
Loud
these
now,
damn shows in a whole new world, bro.
Yo, man, yeah, it's the crazy thing about it is that like police just right there, like
Yes.
walk right, like chilling,
Yeah.
chilling, yo. You have nothing, you know what I'm saying, nothing to worry about.
Walking
Like for you
right
smokers
by
out there,
cops.
man, I know that's a good look, man. Aside
Yeah.
from getting the records cleaned up and all of that, and
Yeah.
you ain't got to jump through hoops to get it done. It's getting done automatically, yo.
That's a
Finally,
big
man.
deal, man.
Yeah,
It really is.
yeah,
There's people who can't get certain jobs because they haven't gotten their record expunged off of some old dumb shit that happened a long time ago.
Yep.
And now they don't even got to worry about it anymore. That's a beautiful thing, man.
yeah, man.
I mean, I never really understood why weed was so criminalized. Like the way
There's documentaries on it, bro. That like Philip and Morris and the government and the way they villainize marijuana to try to make it seem like that's what black people smoke to go rape white women. It was all fucking bullshit that they made that created that situation, bro.
Yeah,
the most harmless thing, drug, quote unquote. I wouldn't even really call it a drug.
I wouldn't even call it a drug. It's more medicine. It's
Right.
an herb, just like a tea that you drink.
On the side of one of those trucks, it said arthritis, cancer,
Yep.
AIDS,
Yep.
fucking a couple other things.
ADHD, all that.
Right, all of that stuff. You know, we got the remedy. Just come step right up and get your bag of weed. So yeah, man, that's
Big
how
up
it
to the
is.
government for finally catching up, man. Big up
Yeah,
to
man.
the government.
Yeah,
I think eventually what needs to happen is that it needs to be nationwide. I wish it was
Yeah.
worldwide. There'd be less
Like,
wars.
Honestly, they just need to drop like anything dealing with Fed, like on a federal level, it needs to just be not even any type of criminalization attached to it.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
now we're just doing state by state, but still on a federal level, I believe that it's still something it's frowned upon, so to say.
Right. Yeah, totally agreed. But yeah, so that's what we did yesterday. That video will be coming sometime this week, most likely. Give us a little bit of time to cut it because we have a lot of footage and we just got to make sure that it's right and make sure that it looks right. But yeah, so getting into some news, got some hip hop news here, of course, you know what it is. Kanye West.
oh man.
Kanye West and more of Kanye's craziness. So this is from hiphopdx.com is the source where I get most of my hip hop info from, right? So Kanye, this is what happened. There is a black owned company called My Channel, right? And they claim that Kanye stole the company's technology to sell his Sunday service merchandise, and they've been trying to get Kanye into court for an in-person deposition, but because of COVID, he wasn't allowed to appear, so on and so forth, right? But last week, My Channel's attorneys were forced to file an emergency motion to drag Kanye's ass into court for this shit, right? So what goes down? Well, here's what goes down, right? So the court documents state that Kanye West called the lawyer, their lawyer, I believe, he called him boy at least a dozen times during the 10-minute deposition, some shit like that. During that time, Kanye refused to look at the lawyer. He wouldn't put his cell phone down. He referenced his mental geniusness. So geniusness is a word now, right? While asking the lawyer if he was fucking stupid while declining to answer any of their questions. But hold up, right? So at the end of it, Kanye West then pulls out, as he stormed out and he was done with them, he pulls out a full face hood, puts it on his face, and what image is on the hood, Smillz? An image of Jesus Christ. You know what's funny about this? Before we get into it real quick, we were just talking about this man last week.
Yes.
And how much of a genius he was, and how his first 3 albums were classics. And if the craziness would have never happened to Kanye, and he would have put out another great 3, we could have that GOAT talk. But I'm speechless. So you guys have that. I'm speechless.
I don't know.
It must be a great, I'm not even gonna say great, but that feeling of entitlement, as far as how he was moving throughout everything from what you was just saying, that is crazy. Like, who the fuck do you think you are to where you don't have to abide by no laws that everybody else has to?
He thinks he's like Jesus in the flesh.
Why can't you even be respectful and look the lawyer in the face? I don't even understand shit like that, bro.
I don't know.
I don't understand.
I think it feels like Kanye's gotten to a place where, whether it be because of his trauma or just because of his own mentality or whatever, but he seems to got to the space where he feels that he himself has transcended to an area where he's up here above, like, you know, like not even just I'm above the law, but it's like
he thinks he's above humans.
Yeah, like he probably believes that he is Jesus Christ incarnate. Yeah. It translates into him being highly disrespectful and highly dismissive of processes that, as a person, you're still responsible to partake of. Like, yeah, you got to go to court and talk to lawyers when you're getting sued, bro. You're not above that. You can't avoid that. And the thing that's gonna bring him back down to earth is that if they hit him over the head and he gotta pay, and he gonna say, fuck it, I ain't gonna pay, and then soon they gonna come for him and they gonna lock you up and make you pay, and you can't escape these bars, bro.
One of the worst human traits is ego, bro.
Yes.
If you really think about it,
yeah.
From when we little kids and stuff like that, like I look at my son and his interaction with the kids and stuff like that, they don't have an ego, so everybody's on equal playing ground. Mm-hmm. And that's when life is its best. Once you start getting that fucking ego shit, son, oh my God.
It's around like fourth, fifth grade, something like that. You kind of start to smell yourself. And then you start to click up with other people.
That's when you start shitting on other people.
Exactly.
That came up to par and stuff. Like,
took
it's
the words
crazy,
out of my mouth.
man.
Yeah, Kanye. So before he had left and put the hood on, whatever it was, right? Mm-hmm. Kanye, who's obviously currently in the middle of a divorce with Kim Kardashian, allegedly told Papa, who's his lawyer or whatever, he's lucky to be deposing the richest black man in America and a black Trump supporter, and that he couldn't be bothered with the deposition because he had lives and diets to change.
Hey, what the fuck
I can't make this shit
up. What are you talking about?
I can't.
Sometimes
make this
I be
up,
wondering,
man.
like, honestly, sometimes I really be wondering if this man really believes the shit that comes out of his mouth, or if this is all part of a bigger branding type of thing. Because you know he's trying to do the church thing.
I mean, if he's trolling, yo, then it's been one of the greatest trolls I've ever seen. Because
and you just don't know what it is.
It feels like this is who he's become, and it's sad in a way because, like, Kanye was a musical genius, yo. Kanye gave.
I'm not gonna say was. I mean, he
still is, but for compared to what he was, I say was. Because what he is may still be a musical genius, but what he was a musical genius with a grounded mentality. He's not grounded anymore. Like he's out there.
Yeah, he is.
And it's just and I mean, you got those diehard people that are still gonna follow, but like for me, like I've fallen off Kanye for a while because of the antics, yo. Like, bro, give me the music, like all of this extra stuff, and then now I feel like it's starting to translate into your music to where it's just not like I'm not interested in listening.
I haven't been messing with Kanye since that Jesus album he did.
Or Jesus is King or Yeezus?
Yeezus.
Yeah, I haven't. Yeah, since that it's been a rap for me. And that's what I'm saying.
How many years ago was that?
Yeah, Yeezus was pretty bad. My girl will buy me a pair of J's. She refuses to buy me a pair of Yeezy 350s. She's like, I won't support him because he's effing crazy.
He is crazy, man. He comes off as crazy.
And I mean, in a way I feel bad for him because I guess he wasn't able to handle the trauma that, with losing his moms and all that. Like, he never got a chance to process that because he tried to continue living life. Like, maybe if he really sits down and grieves and really, dig into that, maybe he can come back out on the other side back in more of a, a normal space. But
when you work as hard as him, you don't have time. Yeah.
I think with something that tragic, he should have took years away.
Time, yo.
Give yourself
if you really think about Kanye and the level that he was at and the demand as far as multiple artists wanting to get a beat from him.
Yeah.
He couldn't take no time.
That's a lot of money that you're losing out on.
It is.
But what's more important, though? You know what I'm saying? He
what
already had money.
What world we live in?
I know we living, but he already had money. But he already had money, though.
Yeah, but
that mentality, this shit is starting to go. You don't get that back.
He's a billionaire
how much? But how much do you need, son? That's the thing. How much?
That just goes to show that money is the root of all evil. Like they say that, and you don't really understand it. But when you think about Kanye, and you think about like, you know what? He kept having to chase that bag even after his mom died. And it didn't matter if mentally he went into a fucking spiral. It didn't matter because money is what meant the most. That's why he kept going and didn't take that time off. And look what has happened to the
That's
man.
what I'm saying, yo. It wasn't worth it.
It's crazy, man.
It wasn't worth it.
Poor Kanye, yo. Let me tell you something. I still fuck with Kanye.
Yeah,
that man is
music
a
that
fucking
he was putting
genius,
out, like what he did for that Nas album, that Pusha T album, like he's still, capable of putting out music.
Sure.
It's just that, it's just messed up that he's in a space where he's going off, off the cuff like this, and he really doesn't have nobody to rein him back in. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe his mom's was the one that really kept him grounded.
I can see that.
You know what I'm saying? And not even maybe just not necessarily by her being there to tell you like, yo, yeah, you wildin', but just her presence, just him knowing that he's, you know what I'm saying, I'm doing this for, or I'm doing this with the backing of, you know what I'm saying?
And even when you think about it, like when moms like we all blessed and moms are still around. So when you're doing certain things, in the back of your head is you don't want to disappoint your mother. Most people don't want to disappoint their fucking mother on they did some bonehead stupid shit that they knew they had no business doing. But when you don't have that niche right there, you just do whatever the fuck you want. There's no repercussions after that.
Yeah.
Like I would never do a fucking porn. I couldn't do a porn because my mother's alive, and I always think about if my mother was to see a porn that I did, what the fuck? But if my mom was to check out, son,
Lawrence Fishburne daughter, she ain't kidding.
I'll be like on deck trying to do pornos mad quick. Are you kidding me?
What?
Yo.
Where did that go just now?
Yeah, he came out of left field with that.
Keep up, Generico. Keep up.
Yo.
Smillz out here.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Hold up.
Smillz on X videos, yo.
Yo, but son, hold up. So, if you were to do a porn, though, what would be the name of your first porn?
Getting rocked in Far Rock.
Yo, trash talk with GGS,
yo.
motherfuckers.
I just hooked you up, son. Yo, I want my royalties, B.
Yo, for real. That was funny. Oh my God. Who do I do a podcast with now?
Yo, it's
all right.
But man, yo, hopefully, Ye, man, he reins it in though. Like,
yeah, man. Hopefully,
yo.
I don't even know anymore. Where Ye? It's crazy. What is your boy Offset wearing, Smillz?
What is that? Like, where did that even come from? Why is that video shoot even? I mean, that photo op even there?
For the people that don't know what we're talking about, can you describe it?
I mean, what is it there to say about it? Like, that is one of the most feminine pictures I've ever seen Offset take. And we all know that he's not like that because of who he's with. So I don't even understand what's going on with all of that.
I don't know for the
confused.
YouTube. I don't know if you guys can see that, and maybe not. It kind of got to focus in, but that is off, and it's not too clear, but it is what it is. That's Offset. There you go.
There you go. Yo.
Offset from
I
the
don't even
Migos.
understand what that's about, bro.
And
What
they see
is
that
that?
one on the left with that lean back, like he looked like he's standing like his wife would.
Yeah. Like,
And
I
we've
don't
had, and that's the thing, we've had eccentric hip hop artists. You know, you got CeeLo, of course. You got 3 Stacks. You know, Water Kill and all of that. But
Yeah.
that right there is like, I don't know, yo.
Let me
That just
ask
look
you
different.
this. Let me ask you this. And this is the shit that pisses me off. If you are a certain type of way and you live a certain lifestyle, reflect it and represent it to the fullest, what the fuck is he dressed like that for? That's not the lifestyle you represent. That's not who you are. So what the hell is the point of that?
All right, listen, bro.
I don't get it, bro.
I don't know if that's
And-
it was a photo shoot or something or just some bullshit. I don't know.
I think photo shoots and stuff like that is to cause divide and arguments and stupid ass discussions because he has no business even being in that lane. Had that been Lil Nas X or whatever, we know how you do, son. But this is Offset.
And maybe I
Son,
don't know.
you're
Maybe
married to
he's
Cardi B, or if you're still married. I don't even know. They so off and on all the time. But we already know who you're dealing with.
yeah.
I don't
That
get
was just some shit to get people talking.
But it gets people talking in a negative light because that's the type of talking that will cause arguments because of differences of opinions.
It's just senseless. Like what was the point of it?
Exactly.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
But you know
I
what they
don't
say:
get it.
bad publicity is better than no publicity.
Any publicity is better than no publicity.
Right.
But nah.
And
And
didn't
it's- I don't know, man.
who else did that shit? Didn't Russell Westbrook do that shit? There was a picture of Russell Westbrook out here in a dress or something
But
like
Young
that.
Thug was on that. Remember when he did the album? He had a dress.
Young Thug was on that too. Yeah.
And that's when when you start doing that and you putting these straight men in dresses and this, that, and the third. That right there is why people use the terminology pushing an agenda. Because you're not even having people that's living in that light represented.
Right.
You're just throwing dresses on everybody because you feel that this is what the world is supposed to see and it's supposed to be like that. No, you're pushing a fucking agenda. And that's crazy that they doing it like that.
What's the agenda?
I don't even know what the agenda is, because I always say that you can raise people to not hate or want to kill somebody just because of their preference. But it's not the agenda that they're trying to make. Is they're trying to make it seem like if you're straight, that's abnormal.
I don't know, man.
That's the agenda that Hollywood is pushing.
I must say, this and you know, shout out to the gay community, gay pride, and all of that stuff. If that's how you
can have that,
you can have that, and that's great.
Straight. I want to be able to be proud to be straight.
This goes into a couple weeks ago. What I said with them casting the fairy godmother as a gay man. There's just there's a lane for everything. And I just feel like over the past few years, how can I say this without being offensive out here on this podcast? Again, let me preface this by saying, for all my gay folk out there, I love y'all like I love everybody else. God bless. However, there is a lane for everything, including sexuality. And I just don't think that it should be forced on literally everyone. Every other commercial that I see now is, you know, with the inclusivity and all of that, it's getting crazy out here. But you know what? We live in a world now where you can buy weed from a food truck on the street.
Yeah.
It is what it is now. The world is just free.
But is that a good thing?
It could be good and it could be bad.
That's what I'm saying. It can turn into a double-edged sword. Because like for me, it doesn't necessarily bother me. Like to each his own, whatever. And now if it's getting into a point where it's becoming more acceptable in society, I can get with that, because that may just save a lot of lives out here for people who are depressed and stressed out about being who they are and not being represented.
Agreed.
So I can rock with that. That doesn't bother me, but I understand what you're saying on the flip side, where it's like, yo, okay, you pressing, like, all right, I get it. I see you. I understand you. I respect you. I see you out here, but like, don't press me with it like every which way I turn.
Exactly.
Because you didn't like it when it was no representation for you, and you had to see all of this, what I would call regular stuff, but for you, straight stuff is the same vein of what gay stuff is to me. Now you get impressed with it and you don't see yourself being represented. Now it's flipping the other way. So just like you weren't comfortable with it, I'm not comfortable with it. So let's just keep a level playing field at it. We get it. We see you. Y'all represent it. I respect it. To each and every one, you know, do what you do. But yeah, you can't be offended that certain people feel a certain type of way about being pressed, when on the flip side, when you weren't being represented and you were being quote unquote pressed by seeing, you know, this regular a man got to be with a woman stuff, and you felt some type of way about it. Right. We have the right to do the same. You know what I'm saying? And that's where it's thing like the scales went from here, and now they went all the way over here instead of, like, you know, being around here.
You know, I'll be watching TV or whatever, and it'll be a Comcast Xfinity commercial, and it'll show a couple watching TV, whatever. Comcast Xfinity, call now, whatever. But now it'll be like two men on the couch and they're hugging, you know, arm in arm and all of that stuff. It seems like, for the gay men out there who look at it like, wow, you know what? We're being represented finally. That's great. And I would never want to take that feeling from anyone. A feeling, especially a positive feeling, where you feel included now. But some people don't want to have that conversation with their kids just yet. We're talking daytime TV. I'm watching Judge Judy. And the very first commercial is a commercial, and it's a fucking Comcast commercial, and it is what it is now.
I think that the reason that it's also like that is because they're trying to embed in your head that this is normal. So you're not even supposed to look at it like you're seeing that. You're supposed to look at it like it's just any other commercial.
It's a couple. It's a couple.
Yeah,
and that's
all it is.
Right.
I have no issue with that at all. But once you start treading that line of where I feel like you're force feeding,
like it comes on every 5 minutes.
Right.
Yeah, like that's when it starts getting a little redundant.
Right.
And then that's when it starts getting a little crazy, when people start getting comfortable to duping people, like the conversation that we was having.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that in a second too.
We'll get into that.
You know what I'm saying?
But that's the whole thing. Because do y'all remember when they had the Cheerios commercial with the little interracial girl and everybody was up in arms about that?
Yeah.
Now, side note for the audience, I've been living that life for 12 years. I have a 12 years, soon to be 13-year-old interracial daughter. I'm black, her mother's white. We've been together for what, 15 years now? It's what it is. And you know, my daughter was kind of young, so we really didn't have to get into it with her. Like on the flip side of the stuff they was hearing with people all, oh, this, that, and the other. But you know what was crazy? When my daughter seen that commercial and seen a girl that, you know, was same light complected with that same hair and all, like the same type of hair that she had, it's static. Oh, I'm on TV. And then, you know, it felt good. And she seen the parents, and the parents were just in the same setup as her parents. Right. And, you know, that's a good thing. She was
able to relate.
Yeah. But then you see on the flip side, people like, oh, why Cheerios doing this and you're putting that on TV and this, that, and the other. You know what I'm saying? So everybody's going to rock and bounce with it a certain way. But just like now, when people want to get offended because you think that people, oh, why are they putting two men on TV and all that? That's not what it's about. Representation is representation, but like you said, when you force feed it where every time I turn the TV on, it's something like that. Now it's like, yo, like I understand that you're here, and I'm glad that you feel the way my daughter felt when she saw that commercial, but that Cheerios commercial wasn't on every 5 minutes, most likely because more people were opposed to it. But
I'm about to keep it 100. We in America right now. So let's keep this a billion, fuck 100. How many commercials do you really see with Indian or Chinese representation like that versus gay representation? Because there's the Indian and Chinese people, they're here, son.
They've been here.
What I'm saying? Yeah. They've been here. Yeah. But why don't I see normalcy with that when it comes to commercials? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Exactly.
And that's where it comes down to that. That's where it comes down to that agenda thing, yo. And that's where it comes down to not even just agenda, but also pop culture.
Yes.
Because remember, when this whole first thing started, it was the LGBTQ community. Now it's like LGBTQTA2AA plus, something like that. And my bad for messing that up. But my point being is that, like I said a couple weeks ago, it went from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now there's 58 terms to describe different types of, different types of people in their sexuality. 58 terms. It went from 5 to 58. And okay, cool. Now, all right, I felt like I'm this and I identify as this and I do this. And people are trying to, these companies and these corporations are trying to ride that train because they feel like, all right, if I include this one and that one, now I can, get more people to my, to see my product or to see what I got to offer. And that's becoming a thing where it's now it's being pounded on us.
Right.
And that's where I feel that we're at right now.
Too much of anything it's
not a good thing.
It's not a good thing. No. Like even sitting back just watching TV and commercial after commercial after commercial after commercial of just like a man and a woman just kissing. Well, it's like I get this shit on my TV. You know what I'm saying? Like too much of anything. But it just and this circles back to the whole thing you just said, Smillz, about the agenda. What's the agenda? Like, what are you trying to, like, what's the end game here? Because do you want, like, is the whole world supposed to be, I don't mean to sound ignorant, everybody, but is the whole world supposed to be gay? Like, is that what I don't know what the end game is here other than just inclusivity. And the reason why I say this is because how much of it we're being force fed.
Yeah.
You know, if it was just a commercial here, like the Cheerios commercial, boop, cool, wow, oh shit, look what they're doing, cool. It's everything.
Yeah.
I really do want to know what the end game is too, because if you think about it, like we gotta really keep this a buck as far as, are you trying to really destroy what is quote unquote the Holy Trinity, man, woman, child? Because that's the only way that humans are gonna keep going, unless everybody's gonna be fucking test tube babies moving forward.
I just don't understand how in one breath you can claim that the Bible's the be all end all and we're supposed to follow the Bible to be good.
Oh no, they switched that up. Yeah. There's been remixes and rewrites and all of that, so you can't even use that as an argument anymore.
The King James has not been rewritten.
Yeah, but if you step foot in a church, the message that's being presented is different, bro. Because of the, like, everybody is included. So it's different. You can't use that as an argument no more, because they have arguments for those arguments.
Like my thing with it is that, other than, like, the only thing I can say that really can be changed and has been, you know, things have been getting changed here, moving forward, you know, piece by piece, is the law. So, like, you know, now you got same-sex marriages and they're able to take advantage of the same privileges as, you know, heterosexual couples.
And that makes
sense. Cool. I
that.
respect
Because if you've been together for 15 years, somebody dies, you should be able to get the same shit that a man and woman, if they were in that relationship that long, you should be able to get the same shit. Yeah,
Social Security and all that. And all those type of benefits, and being able to have access to your spouse's pension and, you know, stuff like that. Yeah, definitely. I'm with all of that. But like you said, it comes to a point where it's like, all right, I understand that this is what you're trying to do on the back end, but then what's the other purpose to keep it, you know what I'm saying? And I don't want to sound like, you know, like it's no hate, it's no nothing like that. But like you said, it has to, like, what else do you try to prove? Like, it still feels like some are out there like, yo, do you see me? You see me? Hey, I'm out here. Do you see?
Right.
I see you. I respect you. I rock with it. You know, it is what it is.
Unfortunately, with a platform like we have, there's a very, very thin line between gay bashing and saying how you feel about the whole situation as a straight person.
I don't think none of us bash. I don't think none of us bash. Just with this whole conversation, there was no bashing.
I would never do. Yo, one thing that I will say about the gay community is they are the most proudest people about it.
So they seem like they have the most fun.
Hell yeah, they seem like they have the most fun. They be out there, and big ups to them for that. But everything should be when you're displaying it to the public, and there are the eyes of children and toddlers watching TV. My kid should not be watching Peppa Pig, and the next fucking commercial is a Comcast commercial with two niggas sitting on the couch. I'm sorry. If that's gay bashing, I'm sorry. And listen, you could at me and get at me. I'm sorry. But it is what it is. We don't need to have those conversations with the kids at such a young age. I shouldn't take a kid to go see Cinderella and have to explain to him why the fairy godmother is a black man.
Or why do they call that black man the fairy godmother?
That's all I'm saying.
I can dig that, because that gets to a point where you're forcing parents to have a conversation that your child may not be mentally developed to have and understand.
Which is true.
That I respect. Like, because you're Cinderella, you're going to take, you know, you have a 4, 5, 6-year-old son or daughter, whatever. It's a cartoon. They're not ready to ingest that information and really break that down and understand why a man is being called mother when they call that mother.
Exactly.
Unless they're in a situation where they have, you know, they were adopted by two fathers, and you know, maybe that's how they rock in the house.
Right.
But other than that,
what's to say a 4-year-old sees a commercial like that, or a 4-year-old gets that kind of idea and then goes to preschool and wants to kiss another boy or something because they saw it on TV? Now you got the preschool teacher telling you, oh, well, this happened with your son and another boy, and he did it because he saw some shit on TV.
That's treading a fine line. That's where the fine line comes in, and I can understand that. Especially as a father, I can understand that.
What would you do, G? Real shit. No, matter of fact, question is to Smillz, not you. I know what you would do. Smillz, what would you do if you picked your son up from daycare and they was like, yo, your son was smoochy boochies with another boy in the corner, and he was like, oh, because of the commercial that I saw? How would you feel about it?
I'm going to teach him that's not what we do here. I'm going to tell him, because I'm like, why do you feel that you had to do that? Why did you feel that you wanted to kiss him? Is that like do you love him, or did you just do that? Like I would have to figure out why that was done.
And what if he says, or what if the answer that he gives you is because of the TV, Daddy?
And then that's when I'm saying we don't do that here. We don't get influenced by the television to make us do the decisions that we do in life. There's a difference. Now, if he was to naturally be, that's who he loves and all of that, that's some shit that even though I'm not with his son, I would have to suck that up and try to figure out how I'm gonna deal with it, because it comes from a place that's from within. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
If it's just on some monkey see, monkey do shit, get the fuck out of here with that shit, son.
Yeah.
No, I taught you better than that.
Yeah.
And on this wave, even though this is not exactly the same thing, but this Virginia Tech football player, man, and this was a controversial story that I saw, and it was crazy. So, Virginia Tech football player, my man met a quote unquote shorty. He met this chick named Angie on Tinder, and so you know what Tinder is, swipe right, get right. You know what I'm saying? So, they, swipe right, whatever, chit chat and talking, and then, Angie told him to come through. So when he gets there and they start getting to it, come to find out, she was a transgender.
Come to find out, Angie got a bigger dick than he do.
Now, how did this happen though? As far as them discovering that, was that during the act or?
Yes, they started getting to it, and I guess, he still didn't want to tell him what was up, and like once the pants drop, it's nothing you can do now. It's out there. And what happened after that, like, dude ended up beating her so bad, broke every bone in her face, stomped her out, punched her out, and ended up killing her. So he got released on $75,000 bond, pending trial, but now he's facing murder charges, yo. So I think pose the question: what y'all feel about that?
I think he's gonna beat it. I think that the temporary insanity thing definitely can hold course for that. Because like I was telling you before, when you duping people like that, you don't know what that person has been through in their life. You don't know if that man was held down and raped by 5 dudes when he was a little kid, and you just awoken some crazy shit in him to make them snap. You never know. That's why I say that secrecy shit like that, even though it could be wrong and all this, that, and the third, you can't determine how the next person is going to react.
Right.
You can only determine and control the information that you put out. Now, if that person would have been up front and said, this is what it is from the beginning, I don't think it would have went to that level. It's the duping that I think that took it to that level.
Yeah. It's the lie and it's the setup.
Yeah.
Because
like
pictures and all of that, and filters and all of that stuff, you can basically look like a movie star out here. You choose the right filter and all of that.
Look, son, just like yesterday when we was in NY and we saw Shorty all makeup down. What did I say to you?
Oh yeah, I know.
I said I think that's a man.
Yeah.
It's done gotten to that level, bro. It really has gotten to that level.
And like that was the jokes, man. And I mean, like I said, I don't think he should have killed her, but getting slapped up, I'm not mad at that.
I don't even think he probably tried to kill him. He probably just was in a rage.
He blacked out.
Yeah. And when you're in a rage, that's it. That's why I think that he will beat the case on some insanity shit, because he was duped. Temporary insanity, man. He was duped, especially if he has the backstory and he comes to the forefront with that and say he was raped as a child by a man. He's definitely gonna get off on that.
But like my thing about it is like, what are you once you said, yo, come through, and you still didn't divulge that information? Like, what did you think was gonna happen? Like, you was gonna smooth it over, you was gonna get him drunk, and like once you said come through, like, you should have known, like, yo, this motherfucker, this dude might slap me up. Like, I mean, you should have known that.
I mean, we all probably heard this saying when we was young, and I don't know why people forget, but remember, honesty is the best policy, man.
Oh, yes.
It rhymes for a reason.
Yeah, if you're gonna do something like that, you gotta let somebody know.
You got to.
You have
got to. Man. And you never know. Like, you got a lot of Mr. C type dudes out there.
Nah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, you can't assume that's gonna be what it is. Like, as men, we have something called an ego. And if I'm a straight dude and I hit up Shorty and she come through and she's a man and she didn't tell me, now my ego, there are many emotions that are going inside of my body that are now in a whirlwind, because now I'm thinking back, oh man, I just kissed this dude.
Let's take it off the ego tip. Let's take it to, how do you know if this person wasn't really on some faith like that, where that's part of their religion and that's just completely, like, there's too many variables.
Right.
There's too many variables to keep a secret like that and think that there's not going to be some real crazy shit that could go down.
Yeah, you're risking some crazy shit going down.
Yeah. Honesty is the best policy, man.
I agree with you, G. I mean, nobody deserves to die. Beating somebody until they die over something like that is kind of crazy to me.
That sounds like he went crazy.
Death and murder is wrong, but let me tell you something. You gonna catch a beat down. You gonna catch
slapped up. I'm not mad at that.
No,
like I guess he went too far. When he started stomping out, that's when you went too far.
Yeah, see, the moment that you start putting your foot in somebody's face, it's like, okay, bro. Like, you could beat somebody's ass and be like, all right, never do that shit again. It'll happen to you again if you do that. The moment you put the Timbs on and you start stomping a mud hole like Stone Cold Steve Austin, listen, you're bugging, bro.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't say that either. When you get into the heat of the moment, bro, and a fight is going down, you see somebody getting up, you might not want them to get up, and you might just go to stomp them or kick them and stomp them in their head, and it just doesn't end well.
The only way that I could see the only way I could agree with what went down is if the transsexual person started to fight him back.
And we don't know that, do we?
And we don't know that. But if that person, Angie, we'll call her, right? If Angie wasn't fighting back and this dude is just mounted and just okay, that's kind of crazy.
That's OD. But if they got into a tussle and he knocked him down and started going and stomping out because he didn't want to, you know how a fight goes, bro.
But he went. Let somebody hit the thing. He went ham
and then fall back and let them get up. You don't know if they're gonna get up with a knife, a gun, whatever. You don't know that.
But he said, yo, he stomped him out so bad, knocked out several missing teeth, skull fractures, and every bone in the face was broken.
Damn.
To me, it sounds like he lost it, bro. It sounds like he snapped. That's what it sounds like to me. I'm sorry. And
no, he did snap. He did snap.
He blacked out.
No, that's what I'm saying. But if he did snap like that, he really might beat this on some temporary insanity shit.
Maybe.
Who knows? All right, on a lighter note,
Oh, I had some more hip hop news. I just wanted to get y'all take on this because I was watching, or the YouTube was on, and that Doja Cat and SZA video came up. That "Kiss Me More," whatever it is, yo.
Mm-hmm.
And
I haven't even heard that.
I just started thinking, man, just looking back, like, yo, I posed y'all a question. Would y'all consider Doja Cat the new Missy, yo? Looking at her videos and the fact that she can sing and she can rap and she's entertaining.
I haven't watched one Doja Cat music video, so I couldn't tell you.
I went back and watched a couple.
I'm not really a Doja Cat fan like that. The only thing that I started paying attention to her was after Nas dissed her. On that Ultra Black.
Yeah.
That was when I started paying attention to Doja Cat.
Now I went back because I watched the video and I'm looking at the visuals and all that. And then I went back, I watched a couple more. I watched that Say So video, I watched that Juicy joint, and that joint she did with Gucci Man. What was that with the little hook? I forgot how it go already. But just watching the visuals and how, you know, how her videos and stuff are, yo. That girl pretty damn talented.
I gotta listen.
She can sing though. And it just brought me back to the space like, yo, man, the double threats and the triple threats. Like, of course, Missy is up there. The best that ever did it that was a double threat was Lauryn Hill. Like, Lauryn Hill was the greatest double threat to me.
Queen Latifah to sing and be able to rap?
Yeah. Queen Latifah was up
Lauryn
there
Hill
too.
and
Queen
Chris
Latifah
Brown.
can.
Lauryn Hill and Chris Brown, that's 1 and 2. Lauryn Hill and Chris Brown, that's 1 and 2.
Chris Brown he don't rap like that.
Chris Brown got bars, son. What are you talking about?
There
was a moment when Chris Brown was the best rapper out. When rap was happening.
You gotta remind me when that
moment.
That was the whole freaking Yachty and Triple X and all that. When all of that was popping and shit like that, Chris Brown was spitting bars during that era, son. Chris Brown is nice, bro. Like when it comes to like spitting, Chris Brown raps better than a lot of rappers right now. Right now.
So Chris Brown do the singing and rapping better than Drake does, in your opinion?
Well, Drake don't really do the singing though. He does the melodies.
That's the thing, because
Drake ain't singing like on some
he don't sing good.
He turn the auto tune off.
I mean, let's keep it a billion. Drake do be out here singing though.
Yo, Drake does not turn the auto tune off singing. That's what we're talking about.
You know what? No, G, you are out of this conversation right now because you just hate Drake.
No, I don't.
You's a Drake hater.
No, I don't. But let's keep son, what we're talking about. Like, see, you trying to get wrapped up in all this bullshit. Don't try to bait me in that shit, son. That's not going down. Don't try to do that. What I'm saying is we're talking about singers. He got the hooks and the melodies, but I'm talking about turn the auto tune off, put the mic to your voice, and sing.
Yeah, exactly.
He doesn't do that.
He just harmonizes. That's all Drake does. He's good at harmonizing and making songs. But Chris Brown, he can sing.
Yeah.
Chris Brown, he can spit.
So Generico, you hold that. Trying to set me up.
Nah, you know what? Because every time we bring up Drake, son, for all the people in YouTube right now, rewind it. And I want you to look at Genius's face.
Oh my God.
When he started to say Drake, your face turned upside down. Upside down.
Yo. Anyway, back to the conversation that I was having here. Cause I gotta get to them Chris Brown bars that you apparently are talking about that are fire.
Yeah, me too. I gotta see what's up with that.
But like for me, and I was trying to keep him on the female lane, but okay. But to me, like Lauryn Hill was the best at it. Queen Latifah is definitely up there. But like, yo, I can see this Doja Cat chick getting on her little Missy vibes, like really, like I can respect it, man. She's highly entertaining, yo. I would say that much. She's highly entertaining.
What is that thing that Nas was talking about, saying that she don't claim her blackness? Like, I came to the party late with that.
I think it was wrapped up in all that time when she was going through that stuff and people was putting her on blast for being in chat rooms and doing all this kind of like doing young kids shit that young kids do. And then they was giving her beef about saying saying the N-word in chat rooms is like, all right, well, she half and half. How y'all can let Drake do it and have a problem with her doing it? It is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Does Drake use that word? I don't even really. Does he?
Yes. It's in damn near every rhyme he spit.
What? What?
Does Drake say nigga?
Yes.
Drake does?
Yo, where are y'all, son?
For some
Y'all
reason, it's
bugging,
hard
right?
for me to hear him say that.
Y'all are kidding me, right? Like word is born, yo?
I'm
Yes.
telling you, I just don't hear that word. It don't seem like that word will come out of Drake's mouth.
Yeah,
like
okay.
Yes, it does.
He's right.
Yes.
He's right.
Yeah.
I'm looking up some Drake lyrics now. He's right.
Yeah. And that's what
Okay.
I'm saying. Like people want to give her shit for it. But you know what I'm saying? It is.
He
what
don't
it
say
is.
it as much as Fat Joe.
Yeah, that's a totally different story. But I don't know. I guess Nas just came at her for whatever, because she was making them. Because when she first came out, she was making them quirky, like them goofy records that move shit and all of that. But like I can't front the hook on that Gucci Man shit. She got that little swing my way or however that shit go. It's a nice little melodic hook. I enjoyed that. That Say So video wasn't bad. Like she got a couple little bops, man. I'm probably not tuning into a whole album, but I can respect her hustle, and to me, she's starting to stand out a little bit because of her entertainment factor. Like she don't necessarily got the bars there, but she can sing and she's entertaining. She got the visuals and stuff and it gave me them Big Missy vibes, yo. So I was impressed, man. I give her that.
Okay. Well, since we on this tip, and we like to pride ourselves on like being a channel of the people and for the people, I want to give a shout out to Fruity Loop. There was an ad that came on when I was on my YouTube browsing, and you know how YouTube has those video ads that introduce you to artists and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So this chick, Fruity Loop, came on. I'm listening. I hear the singing and then the bars. Shorty is nice.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send both of y'all the link to the song that I heard from her. She was spitting some bars, bruh. Like she was talking that talk, and I mean like relatable, real talk.
So like on some Lauryn Hill shit.
Kind of. So I'm gonna send y'all that link. We could definitely build on that later. Yeah. Shout out to Fruity Loop.
I did want
Send
to
me them,
mention
yo.
something.
You need to send me the link to them Chris Brown.
Oh, I'm gonna send you those
I need to hear
too.
these.
I can't believe that y'all didn't like
Nah.
You don't remember when he was going hard? It was Chris Brown. It was like they was a crew.
The only time I seen Chris Brown
Tigger.
rap was on the Cypher, and I was like, okay, Chris
Nah,
Brown got a few
that
bars.
joint-
I remember
seen
that.
That joint that he got with Tigger, the song that he got with Tigger. He was rhyming with Tigger, and like they had like a little group that they was rhyming. They did mad songs together, but I'm gonna send y'all those. I'm gonna send you those.
I'm not even a big fan.
But Chris
of
Brown
Tigger
got
either.
bars. Chris Brown got bars, more bars than a lot of these rappers that's out right now, son.
I respect.
Yo, Kendrick Lamar's producer, Pitboy, right, says that the Backseat Freestyle, this is interesting. The Backseat Freestyle was originally supposed to be a Sierra R&B song.
Really?
Correct.
The beat, you saying?
Yes. And after Kendrick went to Vegas with him and they recorded a few songs, the songs that they recorded during this stint in Vegas that they had, none of them ended up on the album. And Kendrick was like, yo, I need more beats. And he gave him Backseat Freestyle, but Backseat Freestyle was originally supposed to be a Sierra R&B song.
Where is Kendrick Lamar? What is he doing?
Chilling.
It's been years, bro. Now, I could see if we seen him in movies or something like that. I don't want Kendrick to fall victim to out of sight, out of mind, son.
I don't know, man. I feel like Kendrick on his Dr. Dre tip right now. Like he cooking up something real special.
He better be. Because it's like, yo, son, where are you?
I hope we ain't gotta wait like we was waiting for Detox.
Oh, then we never gonna get
Word. And that shit never came out.
Yeah.
I mean, but remember, son, between the Chronic and Chronic 2001 was 7 years, and 2001 was crack. So we what, 4 years deep, 3 more to go.
Yo,
Yeah, but there's a difference because the Chronic
on
series, the Chronic series is a producer-laced series with multiple artists. This is just Kendrick Lamar, son. Drop a fucking album, son. I want to hear something. Damn.
I mean,
Man,
but
you
good,
know of
though,
all
because
people,
you
you know
got-
I'm like, I'm waiting with bated
You
breath.
don't need Kendrick, son. You got Chris Brown.
Nah, I got freaking Dusty Locane, son. Dusty Locane. I hope you're ready to rumble. Yeah, son.
Oh, that dusty location you said.
Yeah.
Oh my God, yo.
Bruh.
Can we do some old verse new, man?
Yo. Let's get to that old verse new, man. Let's go.
All right. I thought you was gonna hit me with the intro, but you hit me with the background.
Oh, I did. All right, let's
You
run that
sure
back, yo.
did. Hold on.
I sure did.
You
Old verse
know
new.
what? Take an L for yourself, son.
I'll take one. That's cool.
There you go.
I'll take it. That was on me because I kicked my camera button. That's when my joint went out. But let's get to old verse new.
Let's go. Hey.
Hey. Hey. Hey.
Chris Brown. All right, everybody. So this week's old verse new. We got a battle, everybody. We got a battle. I talked a lot of shit about Fat Joe a couple weeks ago, and I still kind of feel, man, I stand my stance, whatever, around like what was it? Jealous One, Still Envy, and stuff after that. I didn't really fuck with him. However, I went and I listened to some of his old stuff, and I just plucked a song out of his old shit. And so we got Flow Joe by Fat Joe, and he's going to be battling Panda by Designer.
Oh man.
First up, we got Flow Joe by Fat Joe. Put the mic in my mouth real quick. All right. Bust it, check it, watch how I wreck it. Niggas watch your back, shit is getting hectic. I catch vibe like Count Basie. Sucker won't face me. I'm so much flavor, you can taste me. I'm underground like a gutter. You never catch me, stutter. Everybody knows that I'm butter. I'm not the man with sensitivity. The name is Fat Joe and the label's relativity. I chop a rapper like a meat cleaver. I'm burning hot. People think I have a fever. Check it. If niggas want to front, then come with it. If you're having second thoughts, well then forget it. I dig in my crates. I don't perpetrate. I got shit sewn like Billy Bathgate. I don't know what that meant. Beware like Coco. Yo, I'm not a slow boat. Got so much dough, I could vacate in Acapulco. Crazy as they come, I'm not the one. We could do this with the hands or take it to the guns. You know I can flow. Name is Fat Joe. I can flow. I can flow. I can flow.
Okay.
All right, now he's gonna be battling Panda by
You
Designer.
gotta flow, Joe. You gotta flow.
I like that.
You gotta
Joe.
throw the
You gotta
hook.
flow, Joe. You gotta
You gotta
flow,
throw the
Joe.
hook. Yes.
I like that. That's cool. All right, here we go. Panda. You guys ready for this shit?
Oh man.
Panda. Panda. Panda.
Can you start?
Panda. I'm reading it now.
Yeah.
What?
I'm reading it.
That's how it
No.
starts.
No.
That is how it starts.
No.
Yo, he's
No.
already out of it.
Panda. 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 I get broads in Atlanta. Twisting dope, lean, and the Fanta. Credit cards and the scammers. Hitting off licks in the bando. Black X6 Phantom. White X6 looks like a panda. Going out like I'm Montana. 100 killers, 100 hammers. Black is 6, Phantom. White is 6, Panda. Pocket swole, Danny. Selling bar, candy. Man, I'm the macho like Randy.
Oh.
Man, I'm the macho like Randy. The choppers go Oscar for Grammy. Damn nigga, pull up your panties. Hope you killers understand me. I get bras in Atlanta. Twisted dope lean in the fender. Credit cards in the scammers. Hitting off licks in the bed. Black is sick. Panda. Why does it look like a panda? Man,
He was like, yo,
Randy.
start reading it, son. Why you keep saying the title?
For real.
Why you keep, because that's the lyrics. That's why.
Yo.
Man, I'm the macho.
So how about that designer, son?
Like Randy. Bars out
So
here.
on a lighter note, when it comes to hip hop, I got to do some research because I'm falling off right now. I think I saw that Benny the Butcher and 38 Special just did an album together.
Who?
And if that's the case, I need to get on that shit. Benny the
38
Butcher
Special.
and 38
Word?
Specials. Yes.
38 Special still out here?
Just came off an album. He just came off an album with Cool G Rap. So I got.
I think it's
man.
called Stabbed and
Hold
Shot.
up, son.
Stabbed and
You
Shot.
said
I
38
had that
Special
one.
and Cool G just
Yeah,
dropped the
I
album?
already had that. Huh?
You said 38 Special and Cool G just dropped the album.
They had dropped the album like a year ago, bro. You didn't hear it? I'm
No, I
gonna
did
send
not.
it to you.
No, I'm about to Spotify that right now.
Yo, that album.
I didn't
is
even
dope,
know.
bro.
Because the
Yes.
last thing I listened to from an old head rapper, that Smith and Wesson album, which actually was alright. That Smith and Wesson album was tight.
Did you hear Black Moon's newest album? Because
I heard the last one they put out. They put out another one.
Like 2 years ago, after
That
Sean-
yeah, I heard that
Sean
one.
Price
Yeah,
died?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And that was crazy, yo. Black Moon sounded good for for the old head
Yo,
rappers.
he
'cause,
still
they
sounds
like
the same.
yeah, and they in like they
still
mid
sounds the
50s,
same.
man.
Beautiful thing, man. When artists got talent and they keep putting it out, man.
Yeah. And that brings another question, man. Like, what do y'all think about the hip hop going? The hip hop for some hip hop artists, they're heading into that AARP lane. You know what I'm saying? I get the reduced coffee at IHOP lane.
Yeah.
But still putting out these bars, yo. Like, is hip hop truly still a young man's game now? Because you remember back in the day when you were over 30 for the most part, like people would say, "Oh, you washed," like he's done with. Now we got like you like seeing it. The verses Red and Meth put on the show, they pushing 50. That shit was incredible.
I
It's still
think
a
that
lane
we're at a
for-
place right now where we have the perfect representation to let the youth know that hip hop is not just a young boy's game. It wasn't like that before. Like, if you really think about it, when Big and Nas and all of them was dropping and stuff like that, you did not want to hear nothing from Curtis Blow, bro.
Nah,
You didn't,
nah.
because he couldn't keep up with it. But nowadays,
It's different.
dudes is still
I guess that's the
nice,
thing.
bro.
Yeah.
And they 50 plus.
I think
Like, that
because
was
there's
a
still a
really- back in the
lane
day,
for
like-
lane for traditional hip hop and traditional bars that
I
puts
mean,
us in that.
there's never not a lane for skills. Like, when I think about the old dude that was killing it back in the day, I would think about Reverend Run. When Reverend Run was considered old, he still was nice. And when they did that song Down with the Kings with CL Smooth, he was supposed to be over the hill at that point.
Yeah,
Reverend Run held down his verse in that song.
yeah.
So, like, but now it's more commonplace that dudes that's over 45, they nice still.
Yeah.
How old is Cool G Rap, bro?
He gotta be, what
I
would you
don't
say?
know
He was like
what
50,
he did at
51,
60.
something like that?
Yeah, it's like, come on, bro. Come on.
And I'm
So
like, yeah,
now-
it's-
Now we should
52.
be in the rock mode to how, like, old rock stars get celebrated.
yeah.
We
and
need
that's
to
the thing,
do that with
yeah.
our freaking rappers.
And that's where I hope that's where it's going, where people out here still going to, old rock band Guns N' Roses concerts and they like pushing
Exactly.
70.
Exactly.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's the lane that hip hop is starting to move towards. It is so good to see it celebrated like that. When back in the day when hip hop first started, everybody said this shit is a fad, it's gonna fall off, this is not gonna last. And now, fast forward 30 plus years, and you got people out here still putting out high caliber music, like you said, 45 and older. Like Styles
Yeah.
put out that single last week,
Yeah.
and that joint is fire.
Yo, you
Yeah,
know what's
man.
crazy, yo? Jay is 51 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Cool G Rap is 53.
Snoop is 49.
Mm-hmm.
And Snoop looks 10 years to 15 years older than Jay.
Snoop been in the game longer than Jay.
But still, what I'm saying is like the age thing. It's like it's crazy how Snoop looks so much old. Like to me, Snoop looks like he's almost 60.
Once again,
look like that.
But Snoop been in the game longer than Jay, so you don't know what the fuck he was going through that made the age hit him, son.
Right.
Cause yeah, for the most part, Jay been chilling since '96.
Like Jay didn't blow up
stressing
like
like that.
26, right?
Yeah.
He was like 26 years old.
Jay got
When
in
he
the
really
game
got on, he
late.
got in late.
Yeah,
because that Jazz-O time,
it
wasn't.
LL Cool J? Isn't him and
I think
LL
LL
the
is
same age?
either. I think LL actually, either the same age or LL. I got him by like a year.
LL's 53.
You see?
So
And
2
LL
years.
been out for way longer than Jay.
Mm-hmm.
At least like 8, 9, 10
Jay
years
was
longer
caught
than
up
Jay.
in that life, man, in Marcy
Yeah.
Projects.
Yeah. No,
And
Jay
it's
was
a
on
lot of
Street
cats that's
when
been
Jay-
out here, especially cats that you're like, yo, like E40, son. I think E40 has had one of the longest rap careers ever. E40
And I would
been out
never
since
understand it.
1986.
I will never
86,
understand
and I
it.
think he put a
I
joint
don't
out like last
understand
year.
why he's looked at as nice. I don't.
I guess for that Bay Area, man, he was really like the face of that shit. For E40,
I mean, I
he's
guess
been
so,
out here for a long
Because I heard
time.
that he saved Biggie's life.
I
I heard
never
he
heard
saved
that story.
Biggie's life. Yeah, like I heard that it was some shit in Cali where Biggie was gonna get his wig pushed back, and E40 is the reason why Biggie was alive past that point.
Like,
You might wanna
E40, like
do
he's
some
that dude over there, yo.
Do some research on that. Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't even know E40 went back that far. Yo.
I don't
He just
know
put a joint out last year, or year
about
before.
E40.
I just know that he sounds funny and talks fast.
Ooh, I just know he does
Yeah.
40. Ooh, that's all I know about E40.
But I respect the longevity though, man. He done put out like 30, 40 albums on some crazy shit.
But this is what I'm saying. I'm on Google right now, and I'm looking like 90s era, how old everybody is and shit like that.
Mhm.
Like Eminem is 48 years old,
Mhm.
and M is still putting out music that is just far and beyond lyrically what most of these new cats are doing. So I think that there is just a lane, like Smillz said, there's a lane for talent.
Mhm.
And people still want to hear, like, if I want to go in that young boy bag and pause and fucking listen to Lil Baby and shit like that, I'm gonna do that when I want to get the bop going.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, I'm still gonna listen to Jay and Nas and the new shit that they put out, and that's my lane.
Yeah.
And
Same
they
thing.
know that there's a lane for their music still. That's why they still put shit out. I guess it was different back in the day.
But it's good to see that hip hop is getting to the point where now it's really becoming iconic to where an older hip hop artist can still eat out here without necessarily chasing a bag by dropping an album. Because like, yo, with that showing on Versus, if Red and Man said, yo, we about to go on a concert tour and they come over here to MetLife, I go. I'm buying a ticket. To hear them classic joints and have them rock the party like that.
Especially after what we saw with
That's
that
what I'm
Versus,
saying. If they rock
Definitely
a party
fine.
like that at MetLife, I'm going. Yo.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, like just like Generico said, because I live what he just said. Like I fucks with my hip hop. When I want to get into my young bag, you already see. I told y'all, Lil Baby won me over. I listen to Little Dirk. I was fucking with King Vaughn. I fucks with Fabio. You know what I'm saying? But when I want to hear
You
that
fucks with
crazy
Designer.
lyricism,
You fucks with Designer.
no,
I get it.
No, don't do that.
Okay.
But there is one song that he did that I liked. But when I
Wait,
want to
hold
get
on.
into
Which
my,
one? Don't tell me Timmy Turner.
Nah, it's a song that you wouldn't know.
Okay.
It's a song that I don't even remember the name of it. I would have to go look for it.
I should have did Timmy Turner for old verse name.
Yeah.
Nah, but like I was saying, like I get in that bag or whatever. But when I want to hear that lyrics and that shit that make me feel it in my soul type shit,
Yeah.
I'm going to my Griselda boys for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a different type of rap.
They're
right
hard,
there,
man.
son.
All of them.
Yeah.
They're
Yes.
nice, man.
And they're
Yes.
for the most part, they're part of the new class. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
but they new class, but they
With
they
the old
cut
flow.
from the old cloth.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's the dope thing, man. Like hip hop is getting into that lane, yo, where you can go to IHOP and get that reduced coffee and still rock the crowd. Like, I'm with it, yo.
That's crazy.
I'm with it.
That's crazy. That's all I got for hip hop news. I got some video game stuff that we could touch on real quick. Yeah. So, but before we do that, Smillz, you want to get this What the Fuck Smillz going, bro? I can't hear you.
First, you got to turn your mic on.
We can do it.
Let's get into it then.
Okay, let's go.
What the fuck Smillz is the perfect description for what I'm about to say. Because I know a lot of y'all are not going to agree with what I'm about to say, but this is what it is. I want to know, why is it that going by our Constitution, we have the constitutional right, as just like MOP said, we have the constitutional right to bear arms and flare arms whenever we feel harm. Why is that a fucking felony if you get caught with the gun? Now, my thing is this. If it's a handgun or a rifle, there should not be nothing that restricts you from moving forward in your life. If you have an AR-15, you get what I'm saying? Or any other type of military gun, that's some whole other shit where you should be charged for having the illegal possession. But as far as you being able to protect yourself in this crazy world that we live in, I don't get you getting a fucking felony for having a handgun because you're trying to protect yourself. It just doesn't make any sense to me. That's one of my freaking grapes and asparagus moments that I always ponder on, because how is it that you could fuck somebody's whole life up and all they were trying to do was protect themselves when we have the constitutional right to bear arms? Your thoughts, and please answer that question for me.
You talking about legally holding your own shit? Or you talking about just walking around and you holding and you didn't buy it?
If you look in the Constitution says that you have the right to bear arms. So if you have the right to bear arms, how are we coming up with this illegal, I'm going to say, how are we coming up with making things like a handgun or shotgun in the city illegal? Because if you go down south, you can buy shotguns out of Kmart. You can't do that shit in New York. You can't do that in Jersey. But if you get caught with a weapon in one of them states, you'll never be able to get a gun for the rest of your life, and that F is on your back for the rest of your life. When in the Constitution, it says you have the right to have that gun. Now, once again, I'm going to reiterate, if it was to be a military type weapon, I get it. If a motherfucker got a bazooka, lock his ass up. If a motherfucker got an AR-15, lock his ass up. You know what I'm saying? But when you got like 2.5s and like handguns and like gaming guns and stuff like that, how is it that they're holding that against you for the rest of your life when we live in this crazy ass world that we live in?
State laws, Joe. Because remember,
state laws
trump
laws, the Constitution.
Well, the hierarchy of law. The federal law governs the United States, governs, the country. So that's your starting point, which encompasses the Constitution. And then state has to abide by federal law, but states have the option to make more stringent laws as long as they abide by what's appealed. Now, you can make tighter laws when you get to the state, and unfortunately, due to the gun violence and crime in New York and New Jersey, the state said, well, we're going to make it harder and harder and harder for people to get guns, for the fear that not necessarily that the people that are getting guns by the legal means are going to go out and start committing crimes, but then they're going to either start getting robbed for said weapons by people that want to commit crimes, and those people are going to use their guns to commit crimes, or B, get caught up in actually committing crimes because they're going to be protecting themselves from people that have illegal weapons and that try to harm them while committing crimes in high crime states such as New York and New Jersey. That's what I think it comes down to.
Okay, but when you're doing that, when you say stuff like that, I don't understand how it's allowable to get those guns in a Kmart down south versus the city.
Low profile crime area.
Well, right. That and like my two things that I'm gonna say
How is it
real
low
quick is that
profile?
down south. Hold on.
Let's keep this 100. How is that a low profile crime area? Because you don't hear about it?
It's also less dense. Like you got everybody is everywhere everywhere you look. There's a billion people in New York. Walking around Holden in New York is different than walking around on your farm in bumfuck South Carolina. When primarily you like it's hunting down there and stuff. You don't know. I don't know nobody that hunts. Not in New York and New Jersey. You know what I'm saying? But down there they use it for hunting. It's like a sport.
Okay. Now, maybe my knowledge is not there with the Constitution like that, but does it say we have the right to bear hunting guns, or does it say we have the right to bear arms, point blank period?
Arms.
Thank you.
It's like I said, it's one of the things.
Now, my reason for saying that is because I am one, and I may be in the few to believe what I'm about to say, but it really makes sense if you ask me. But I think that if everybody knows that any Joe Snow that you're looking at in the street is holding, if you that stick up kid, or if you that nigga that's trying people like that, you're going to think twice before you run up on what you think is a supposed victim, because you don't know if this person going to back out on you and clap your ass.
Yeah, but there would be so much more violence and crimes.
No, it wouldn't be. No, it wouldn't.
Yeah, it would.
Because the whole thing is,
would.
no, it would not be. Because the whole thing is, if you know that somebody else can possibly push your wig back, you're not going to do what you were going to do when you thought that person was a victim. You're not going to move the same.
But see,
what about like what? And I don't mean to cut you off, G. But what about like, you know, for the person that wants to rob a liquor store and they can't because they don't have a gun. And now, according to what you're saying, everyone should have the right to bear arms, which it is in the Constitution. But let's say that homeboy is now strapped because of that, and he is more inclined to go and do that crime because he has that shit on him. I mean, for the sensible people.
Hold on, I gotta stop you there.
Uh-huh.
I gotta stop you there.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, he knows how he has that gun. He knows that that owner has that gun also. What he also doesn't know is that that pedestrian, that's a good pedestrian, like the good citizen that's in the liquor store just trying to get their bottle, he don't know if that person's gonna clap him also. So you're not.
So everyone would be on an even playing field.
Yes.
Here's where the problem comes in. This is where I say where the problem comes in, especially in Jersey. Jersey is one of, if not the most densely populated state in the United States. People are literally on top of each other here. Now, I get your reasoning. If I'm a criminal and now I'm stuck here, I'm like, yo, I need it. And I got the burner on me. Okay, I know that the store owner got one behind the counter. I know that the dude sweeping in the back probably got one on the waistband. All right, so now I might run into some shit. But see, this is also the thing about being one of the most densely populated states, and just in general, especially in New York. The disparity between, you know, the how can I put it, the class disparity. Whereas you got, you know, homeless people, and you know, you got people that are the well off and all of that. Now think about this, son. You're homeless, you're down and out, you ain't got shit to lose, but you were able to scrounge up enough money to go get a gun. You really worried about people behind the counter when you're trying to eat? Or are you going to take your chances and try to take them out because you ain't got shit to lose anyway?
What stops that from happening with the current laws? Nothing. Because
Yeah,
you'll still
yes,
get
it
that
does.
illegal burner off the street. No, it doesn't.
How
But you'll still
son,
get that-
son, how does a
Because
homeless
listen to me,
person
listen
get an
to me,
illegal
listen
burner?
to
Hold
me.
up, let me finish my point. Hold up, nah, don't cut me off.
Okay.
How is somebody, a homeless person, what avenues do they have to get an illegal burner? Like, say, somebody that's, dope dealing or something and got bread in their pocket. They can't buy it.
Do you know how easy it is to get a gun, son? As far as just on some, if you need an illegal burner, son, especially if you're living in the streets, son, you're gonna know somebody that can give you a plug.
So you saying every homeless person
You are.
got a burn on them right now?
If it came to the point that was in their heart to actually move like that, if they needed that burner, they're gonna get it regardless.
So then
you think
what do you think is going to make them stop them from committing a crime when they got the burner?
Right.
They don't got shit to lose.
Right.
And even knowing that everybody in the store may have one, what is going to stop? I don't got nothing to lose, yo. I
Right.
gotta eat. I need that. What's gonna
This
stop
is
them?
perfect.
Nothing.
You're proving my exact point. Nothing. So
No,
what's
your
the
point
difference
was
of hap-
you walk in the
Listen to
store
me.
with a
Listen to
burner,
me.
you're going to stop
Listen
because
to
everybody
me,
got
bruh. Can I finish?
it. Go ahead.
You just proved the point, because the thing is, nothing changes. So what's the point of having that law in place? You're just fucking up other people that's trying to protect themselves. That's what I'm saying.
Your point is that it's going to stop people from committing crimes if they know that other people are strapped. That's
My
what you
point
said.
is, why? No, my point is, why is that a law to prevent people from just having a gun when it's in your constitutional right?
If everybody on the streets of Newark had a gun, son, it would be pandemonium and bedlam, yo.
I don't-
Niggas
I don't
is
believe
dying
that,
everywhere,
I don't
including
believe
children.
I
Children
do-
are getting
I
hit
don't
by
believe that.
strays. Like, it's
I
going
don't
down,
believe
yo.
that, because
So-
my
so-
thing
so
is,
you-
I know for a fact that there is something called bits. There is something called food. There is something that people look for, that they approach those motherfuckers, that if they did not fall into that category, because they know that motherfucker's holding, that it changes the game tremendously, bro.
Nah, son.
You're not just running up on everybody when everybody's holding, son.
Yes, okay.
You're not.
You. So
You're not.
say me. I'm not. I got a gun. I'm out here. I'm wilding. This is what I'm about. This is lifestyle I lead. Am I not going to walk in that store with 3 to 5 employees alone? No, I'm not. But guess what's prevalent in the hood? Gangs.
Do you think that everybody that carries a gun walks around with a death wish?
No, of course
Because
not.
that's not the case. Okay, so the thing is,
But there
what
are
I'm
a lot of
saying
people
is-
who would commit crimes if they had one. They just don't.
What? Wait,
No,
what was that?
there are people out there who would rob that liquor store, who would go try to rob a bank if they actually had a gun, but they may not be able to get one, whatever. But according to what you're saying is that, as soon as you turn 21, you should be able to drink and you should be able to have a gun.
Yes, because what you're saying doesn't make sense. If a person is at that level to where they want to rob that bank or do whatever, if
They'll
they're
get a gun
really
anyway.
there- Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all are really ignoring that part of the equation.
No, I'm not ignoring that part.
I see what
But you're saying
with
that. Hey, yo.
I see what you're saying with that, but to G's point, I mean, if everyone in Newark,
Motherfuckers is dying, yo.
I don't think so.
Yo,
Motherfuckers
I don't
is dying.
think so. I
son.
think that people
Children-
gonna be on some shit to where it's like you gotta rethink how you're gonna move.
Son,
Because
let's
you
put it
can't
into
just run
perspective.
it will be
on
survival
somebody.
Put it into-
into out here.
Exactly. Put it into perspective, son. Because one person moving alone with a gun, okay, that's one person. But what is prevalent in the hood? Gangs. So you're telling me, and there's bloods down in Newark. So you're telling me that if every blood down in Newark had a gun, these niggas wouldn't be out here wilding, peeling mad caps out here?
What I'm saying is take the shit out the fucking Constitution. If you don't want to live by those words, take that shit out the Constitution. That's what I'm saying. Don't put that shit in the Constitution and I gotta have this shit on my back my whole life. That's what I'm saying.
Well, you went wrong. I understand that point, but you went about it wrong, son. Because
Son,
you
it
made
was
it
just
sound
trying
like
to
give
protect
everybody
myself.
a gun.
It was
Give
just
everybody a
trying
gun
to
according to the
protect
Constitution.
myself. You get what
Motherfuckers is
I'm
dying.
saying?
I feel you. I feel
So
you.
it's like, come on.
But what
Take that
about
shit out
what about the
Constitution,
mentally?
and don't say that we have the constitutional right to bear arms, because we don't. We don't.
By way of law, no, we don't.
I can't imagine a schizophrenic person who is off their fucking rocker allowed to walk around with a gun. They don't care about anything, son.
If you're going to,
Not a schizophrenic person. No. You're wrong with that, and I'm gonna tell you why.
No.
Because
I'm not
schizophrenic
wrong.
people-
I'm gonna tell you why I'm not wrong. Because it still goes back to the point of, if you have it in you, not everybody has it in them to get that burn. Not everybody has it in them to walk around with that burn. So it's not just anybody is gonna get a schizophrenic. No, if you're a schizophrenic type person and you have that in you, it's in you already, bro. You're gonna get it regardless. If you feel you need that burner to do whatever the fuck you're gonna do, you're gonna get it regardless because it's in you.
Some people some people don't have the knowledge. Some people
That's
don't
what I'm
have
saying,
the mental capacity or the know-how to get their hands on that shit in the first place. But with what you're saying, hold on, son, hold on. I'll let you make
Ain't
the point.
nobody saying that. Hold on. Because what you're not understanding is, ain't nobody saying give guns away like candy. Nobody can just go get their driver's license, can they? Don't you have to prove something to get a driver's license? Isn't there a series of tests that you have to take to get your driver's license?
Okay.
There's a serious test you have to take right now to get a gun.
So why can't it be like that for burners?
That's what it is now.
I'm
It
not
is
saying
like
just give
that.
it to
You
any
have to
town,
go.
take what happens.
You have to go get your license, and there's like shit that you have to do first in order to get it.
You have to run through. There's a process now. What? Speak, son. Don't shake your head.
The difference is the wording of the Constitution. That's what I'm getting at. If you know that it really is not our constitutional right to bear arms like that, because that's an illegal charge, just take that language out of the Constitution.
Well, that's what the
Just like they need to
Constitution.
change the whole black man being 3/5 of a man. There's changes that need to be made, bro. And that's all I'm saying. But
I'm
that's
gonna
what the
agree
fuck
with
was
you
Smillz
though.
for.
I'm gonna agree with you about something. All right. I get what you're saying in the wording in the Constitution. Don't say, oh, as an American, you have the right to bear arms, but then there are some people who can and some people who can, and it's based on where you live. And oh, I live here, so I can. Oh, I live here, so I can.
Exactly.
I do get that. But where this conversation went, bro, and one thing that you have to respect about me and Genius's opinions here is that if everyone did have the right to just hold and it was just like that, everywhere you went, there are people out there who are going to do some crazy shit, and it's gonna happen a lot quicker because they already got it on them.
And it's too
Crazy
many
shit still
people.
happens.
It's too
Crazy
many, but
shit
it's too
still-
many people
I don't
here.
see
yo.
that changing. Like I don't see like that. That's my whole point. It's just we're looking at it from two different perspectives. I don't think that people would be that
I
dirty.
get that.
I don't think people's just running up on everybody, but when you know everybody got burners.
I mean, if
not,
you have the faith in humanity that people ain't just going,
ain't nobody
wow,
that
out.
stupid. Ain't nobody running around with death wishes. Like if I know that this person, if I'm fucked up in the game and I see this dude walking down the block and his chain swinging and it's glistening and all this, that, and the third, and I know that I'm posing and I'm about that life, that dude is food if I don't know who he is like that in my mind, and I'm gonna try him. But on some other level, if I see that and in the back of my mind is, yo, this motherfucker's probably holding too. Now I gotta reevaluate how I'm gonna approach the situation.
But do you really, son? Because if you pull out and pop him in the head first, what he gonna do back? Nothing. What he gonna do? When he gonna pull his piece out and shoot you back if you creep up on him from the back and just bomb? What he gonna do?
That's where.
Or even if you just creep up on him back and be like, yo, come up off that. As soon as he go reach like this, he know he gonna catch a hot one, yo.
Listen, the difference is if you're creeping and I turn around and see you, Now, there's a difference of if I turn around and see you and you know I don't got a gun versus if I turn around and see you and I'm holding before you get the drop.
Yeah, but that's
on
playing it by
That
chance.
doesn't
If you're
change
not,
the game.
if you're a thief out here, or if you're trying to get somebody and you give somebody the opportunity to turn around and see you, then you're not good at what you do. You shouldn't be out there
robbed,
anyway.
bro? You ever been robbed? Because I have.
Yes, I have.
Okay. And when
I've
I
been
got
robbed at
robbed,
gunpoint.
I was able to front my robber. I was able to front them. I was able to fight them. And they came from behind. So I don't know what you're saying with that, because when
and that's
out there like that, as far as not the robber, you as an individual are supposed to be paying attention to your surroundings. So you should be able to turn around.
Yeah, but you think everybody has that much street smarts to
everybody's
say,
not like that.
yo, I'm
That's
gonna
my
be,
point.
I keep my
That's
shit
my
on a swivel.
point.
Everybody's
That's
not doing
my
that.
point.
And when
You
you
don't
find, hold
know-
up, son, hold up,
That's my
chill.
point.
Hold up, listen,
You
listen,
don't
yo, don't
know
overtalk me,
who
son.
is
Listen,
going to do
listen.
that.
Listen, son, because you're
You're
talking
not
too much. You're not
listening,
listening, yo. You can't.
You're
Don't try to
not
bully me,
listening
son.
to me.
Chill out.
I'm not
Because
bullying.
this is the
I'm
thing.
speaking
You're
facts,
saying that
bro.
people are walking around out here and they keep their head on a swivel like that's what they're about. Okay, maybe the
didn't
three
say
of us are like that. Hold
I
up, son.
didn't say
Chill.
that.
Chill, son. You're doing too much. Chill. You're saying the
I'm
three
not
of us
doing
are
too
like
much.
that. The three of us are like that. We keep our head on a swivel. But if somebody's out here that you're saying that's food, that's out of place or whatever, or is moving around and doesn't move like that, they are out of towner or whatever, they're not moving like that. They're just moving around like they
I'm
would.
not
And then they
saying
gonna get
that.
got. So when you get
All
this
right.
up against your head, like I did when I wasn't paying attention, then it's nothing I can do. What am I gonna do?
All right.
What I'm gonna do?
All right, so how do you know? How do you know who's who? That's all I'm saying.
That's
don't
for the
know.
robber, you to pay attention to see how people move out here.
But that's what
That's
I'm
for the
saying.
people that's
You don't
downtown
know-
getting
you don't
people.
know
They know how
everybody in
people
your-
move out there.
You don't know everybody in your neighborhood, whether you're a stick-up kid or not.
So what's your
So
point
since you
though?
don't know. Listen, since you don't know what everybody is about, you don't know whose head is on swivel. And
If you
that's what I'm
stalking
saying,
somebody, you
bro.
know if their head's on swivel or not. You stalking them. You watching them. You seeing how they move and all of that.
Hold
Like,
on,
what are
let
you
me-
gonna
let
do
me-
before
let me
you
make a
rob
point
somebody?
real
You're not gonna watch them
Let me-
first. You just gonna run up
I
on the
don't
block
agree
and
with
run
that.
up on them?
Let me make
I
a
don't
point
agree
real
with
quick.
that.
Let me make a point.
Then
real
how are you getting people
Hold
if
up,
you're not
hold up.
paying attention to them?
quick. Nah,
Some people just run up on people.
And them the
That's how they
stupid
was doing
motherfuckers
it
that
in
need
the
to get
box, son.
clapped. And if they
That's how
get
they was
clapped,
doing
then
it
they
in the
stupid like
box.
that. They're
They
not
was
good
just
at
running
being.
up
They're
on
not
people.
good at
It
doing what
was
they
on some,
do.
you see the food and you go, you get, you conquer. That's
Well,
how
if you
people
do
was
that,
getting
you's
robbed
a
and
stupid
brought up,
nigga
bro.
and you deserve to get clapped and you're not good at it.
But it happens. That's
But then they
all
get
I'm
clapped.
saying.
But that's not who I'm talking
It
about.
happens.
That's not who I'm talking
and
about,
the funny
though.
thing is, you know what's funny? The funny thing is, the person that was doing that did end up getting clapped. But what I'm telling you is it happens like that.
Yeah, but that's not who
It
I'm talking
does
about. I
happen
don't
like
care.
that.
Them the stupid niggas that get clapped because they're not good
But
at
it
what they do.
happens
I'm
like
talking
that.
about
That's
real
all that I'm
stalkers in these
saying.
streets. Real niggas
It
that
does,
do this
but-
shit.
But everybody's not like that, bro. And there's
I know
more
that.
people,
But that's
there's
the
more
specific
that
people
do-
that I'm talking about. Them niggas
But
that's
there's
stupid
more
and get
people-
clapped, I don't give a fuck about them.
No.
I'm not talking about
There's
them.
more people that would fall into that category of getting clapped because there is no professionals with this shit. Niggas ain't mafia, son. They're learning as they're going along.
Yeah, little stick-up kids, them the niggas that get caught and get clapped. Them not the niggas I'm talking about.
That's all that I'm
But
saying.
I know them niggas is out there and they getting locked up and getting clapped because they don't know what the fuck they doing. I get
so
that.
My point is this, and my point is this: when it comes to them, they don't know whose head is on swivel. But if everybody was holding, they would have to rethink the way they're moving. Because you can't just run up on people and yap them.
Yes, I
That's
understand
all
that,
that
but
I'm
those
saying.
are not the niggas that I'm talking about. I'm talking
But
about
there's
the
a
ones
lot
that
like
move
that.
like that. Yes, there's more of
a lot
them.
of people
There's
like
more of
that.
the people that you're talking about than I'm talking about. But for my specific point, I'm talking about those few that do that shit for a living. Them stick-up kids and shit. Yeah, of course, they're gonna be like, yo, all right, now everybody holding. I can't just run up on somebody and like, yo, give me that. Because that's a different breed.
No,
That's
and
not the
those
breed I'm
people
talking
that
about.
Yes. That's what I'm talking about.
But it's still dangerous, though. It's
It could be dangerous, but it's better if you can hold yourself down.
let me
Now,
ask you
what-
this.
It's just
let me,
the
let me,
thing.
let
Like
me
I
ask
said,
you this.
but
Hold on.
Go ahead.
Before we
Let
go-
me say
hold on,
something real
before we
quick.
even go further, before we go further,
Yeah.
I'm not saying that you should be able to, like I said, I'm not saying you should be able to hold whatever the fuck you want to hold. Military weaponry is different than handguns.
I heard you with that.
No ARs and all that.
A pistol. Everybody, okay. Do you think that it would be better if everybody was holding, or do you think it'll be better if absolutely no one was holding?
I would say everybody, because if I said no one, people would find other weapons to commit the crimes, like knives and swords and shit like that.
Okay. Here's what I want to say real quick. I remember when I was robbed, I'll never forget that. I was robbed at gunpoint. Now, if I had a gun on me because they caught me in my car and they caught me out of nowhere, and it was just my hands was just chilling, and the next thing you know, there's a gun right here. If I had something and if I were to go and reach for it,
you wouldn't have got to it in time.
I wouldn't have got to it in time. I would be dead right now. But the fact,
but let me tell you this.
But the fact that, hold on, let me just finish my point, and then you can, let me finish my point real quick, though.
It's pertaining to what you're saying right there, though.
Okay,
I just want to ask you a question.
Go for it. Go for it.
If it was on some legal, everybody having their legal shit, you don't think you would have had that burner right in your lap while you was making the transaction? You would have been ready. It wouldn't have been no hiding no shit. The reason you would have been hiding it would have been because of the elite laws and all of that shit. But if everybody would have been able to hold it, your shit would have been right in your hand, son, while you was making a transaction.
And then to your point, they would have known that.
Yes.
And so they wouldn't have tried me in the first place.
Yes. That's what I'm saying.
I get it. I get what you're saying in that if it was an even playing field and everybody was strapped, then we wouldn't be so inclined to want to try someone. I get that. However, guns go off by accident. I just feel like there would end up being, me personally, and you feel how
more
you
lives
feel,
lost, yo.
Me personally, I feel like there will be so many more lives lost on accident, on purpose, whatever, if that was the case versus if it was the way it is now. That's all that I'm saying.
My thing about it, to me, that scenario works in certain places. It doesn't work in Jersey. And my reason of saying that is because on a regular pre-COVID day, you go downtown Newark, right? There's people everywhere. Hundreds of thousands of people, if you go from one end of Broad to the other, you got about a good 100,000 people.
Look, we was in Manhattan yesterday. Yeah. How many people were in the street?
Exactly. And this is right after COVID. But that's what I'm saying. So I'm just thinking keeping it local. So you think of this area.
What confuses me with this argument is, why do y'all think that just because everybody can legally hold, that people are just going to be walking around shooting?
Because people
that's not what I'm talking about. But listen, son, no, that's not what I'm saying. Let me finish my point here. So in that demo, even just in broader market, you got a couple thousand people. Now take out maybe 250 people, their children. So take them out the equation. So say 750 people in the broader market area, right? All are holding. Now say just one of those 750 people is out there, they ready to do something, and they going somewhere, and pow, they pop off. Now normally, what's the first thing you do when you hear a gunshot?
You run.
Now, okay, but say those 250 people, they got their kids, they may start running, but what are they going to do and put in their hand in the meantime while they run? They're going to pull a piece out just in case somebody come in their way. Now, of those 250 people, now you got the other 500. Some of them just going to skate, get in their cars, peel out or whatever. Say those other half pull out their guns. So now 500 people got guns in their hands. Half of them are with their children. And now you're running, you're moving around. Now say of those 550 people, 100 people, while they're running, don't got their safety on, and bam, the trigger go off while they're running with the gun in their hand. So
because
out of those 100 people, hold up, yeah, out of those 100 people, the gun run off on those 100 people. Now, 50 of those shots just go in the air wherever they go. Those other 50 shots, 25 of them hit just some random adults, and 10 of them hit kids. Out of those 10 kids that get hit, 5 of them are fatal. 5 dead kids, and I would say at least 10 dead adults. That's 15 people that just died on Broad and Market because one person wanted to commit a crime. That's
and
okay.
What you just said, there's no facts to that. That's all hypothetical.
I get it.
You're assuming that a situation would happen like that. Now, what I can assume, and my hypothetical conclusion to that could be that one person that's out there that pops off. What happens if nobody's holding and they're just wilding? Now they pop one person, they pop 2 people, they pop 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people. Now 10 people are dead. Whereas if other people was holding their legal guns, maybe another upstanding citizen would have put that person down before the other 9 got hit. So we could just throw hypotheticals out there all day long.
But that's my point, yo. But why put all of that into the equation by giving everybody a gun?
Like I said, we can come up with hypotheticals.
We could do this. We could do this all day. Like because this is a very, very
because one person with a gun is okay. That's one thing. With another 800 people or something like that, one person really is gonna get that time to pop off like that. I don't think so. But okay, you think
I
so.
just don't think that people gonna be running around holding no fucking burners with their safeties off, running and shit like that. Just don't even.
How you know that, son?
And
you get somebody a gun, you think they really gonna get training? Everybody's not going to go get training on how to use a gun. Half the motherfuckers that got illegal guns don't know what they doing with that shit.
Which is true. But niggas ain't running around with their illegal guns with safeties catching bodies by mistake like that.
Who knows? You ain't out there running with them. How you know? You don't know that. You're not out there running with them.
I do know that. I've been in situations to where people have had hair triggers and guns have gone off and all of that, son.
Well, then you just proved my point. Then the safety was off and somebody got shot.
But my whole thing is that wasn't commonplace.
Yes, but things become more commonplace the more that you put more guns in more hands. Things become more commonplace because there's more guns for that to happen with.
I don't agree with that. I think that when you even the playing field, that it makes people a little more cautious because you got to think things through a little bit more.
Oh, fuck, thinking like that, son. You got too much faith in humanity,
I think that society, it'll turn into survival of the fittest. Like everything would completely change. Like it would be like kill the weak, cull the herd.
Like, yo, we watch Walking Dead. Like, that's what it would become to me.
Only the
whoever's the crew that got the most gats wins. Like, that's what it becomes to me. Like, I don't see, like, you have a lot of faith in humanity, and I respect that. I don't got that much faith in people to say, all right, when people get guns, they're going to be 100% responsible. To me, that just ups the probability of more mistakes and more lives lost. And that's how I look at it.
I do agree.
That's how I look at it.
I do agree that, you know what, if I were to have a gun on me right now, I would feel safer in my home.
Yeah, respect.
But I'm gonna take what you said, Smillz, and I'm just gonna flip it just a little bit, right? If everyone was allowed to have a gun, but you couldn't take it outside your house, you protect your home, you protect your property.
See, that I respect.
That is a little bit different than being able to just freely have it on the streets. I mean, walking in Montclair, New Jersey, I doubt that craziness is gonna happen. But you gotta understand something.
The argument was never to be walking around with a gun.
Okay.
The argument was, why is it illegal to have? That was the argument. So whether you can,
it's not necessarily illegal though. It's just that the states have put laws in place. Well, these two states in general, New York and New Jersey, and actually more so New Jersey, we got the worst. Connecticut's is pretty bad, but New Jersey, we have the tightest gun laws in the nation. And it's not that it's illegal, but they make it so hard that either A, you say, all right, fuck it, I'm not going through with this, it's too much, or B, it takes so long where you just say forget it anyway. That's what it comes down to.
And this is my argument. There's a flip side to that. If you catch that case in Jersey or New York, you can never get a gun legally for the rest of your life.
That's part of the laws in these states.
If you catch that case with the illegal handgun in, say, Florida, you can come in New York and try to get a gun later. It's different.
But then that's what I'm saying. It comes down to state law. Because that's what I'm saying. That's state law.
That's my whole argument, bro.
Well,
that's my whole argument.
Yo, you gotta take that up with what Cuomo and fucking.
That's why I said just take the shit out the Constitution. Just take the shit out the fucking Constitution, bro. And that's that's my argument. That's the what the fuck with Smillz moment. All right.
What the fuck with Smillz? It got real.
Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen.
What the fuck with Smillz shit that we had?
Let me tell y'all something right now. All right, all three of us in this pod, whether you
it's much respect, yo. Don't get it fucked up. It's much respect.
We got so much love for each other.
Yeah.
We are brothers right here. And what just happened? The argument that we had, because it got heated. It turned,
was passion.
But it's all love between us.
Yeah.
So don't go get it's shit in trouble in paradise.
Yeah, we about to be on media takeout, son.
This ain't real
podcast.
Nah.
We're gonna be on World Star.
Listen, man, we're three opinionated grown men coming through from different walks of life, and some of the walks are the same, but you know what I'm saying? It's all love here. Smillz tried to bully me. I'm not having that. Like, nigga, I'm talking.
Yeah, man. Well, I had some goddamn video game news, but we coming up on time, man. I mean, you know what? When E3 is going on right now, just to
Yo, they gave any update on that Xbox on TV? I'm interested in that.
Well, yeah, the Xbox. Yeah, I know you guys are very interested in it, aren't you? And you want to know what? It's for Xbox Game Pass only.
God.
Next.
Are you serious?
Yes, it is. And that one.
How is that only for Game Pass?
That's because it's only for Game Pass. That's
trash.
That's why. Back 4 Blood is going to be on Game Pass at launch. Okay, and then so that's that, right? Bethesda Starfield. Bethesda's been making a Fallout Skyrim-ish type game, and is going to take place in space. It's called Starfield. This game has been in development for about 10 years-ish, so there's a lot of promise on it. But keep in mind, Cyberpunk was in development for a long fucking time.
I played that for all of about 5 minutes.
And wasn't that like the biggest disappointment?
It's Mac glitchy.
Yo, they dropped the ball big time. And that's from CG Project Red, the same people that made Witcher 3, which is amazing.
Yeah.
So it just goes to show.
Maybe I'll turn it on again. I don't know. Maybe they patched it by now. But
apparently they did. I got to turn it back on. But yeah. So the Game Pass, I'm not going to hit you guys in the head with the Game Pass thing, but the TV thing, it's for Game Pass. It's for Game Pass only.
So you can only play games on Game Pass on the TV joint.
Doesn't make any sense.
I don't quite know yet. Exactly.
Oh no, you know what? That does make sense, because then that means
those are
you're
the
not going to
streaming games, I guess.
Download games, buy games, download games.
You just said it. Because when I turn on my Xbox controller, my Xbox turns on. But this is gonna be different. Apparently, you're not taking the feed from your Xbox and mirroring it onto your television or tablet or whatever. This is going to be like, okay, I go on my Samsung TV. Okay, Netflix, Hulu, Game Pass.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It's a game changer. It's a big fucking deal. But I'm not gonna beat y'all over the head.
Because I guess that technically puts your Xbox now literally in every room in your house if your TV is capable.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's crazy. So I'm looking forward to that Starfield that comes out. And just to round it out real quick, y'all know I love Cuphead, and Cuphead is going to have a TV series. But hold up, King Dice is going to be played by Wayne Brady.
Wayne Brady.
Oh my God.
I can see that with his type of comedy. I can see that, yo. But it's gonna be you're saying played by Wayne Brady, so it's gonna be a live action thing?
I don't know.
He playing the voice.
Maybe just he's
the
voice.
They got it. They have to do Cuphead cartoon form.
They need to do it like the game, like old school cartoon, no CGI.
Yes.
Like they gonna have to hand draw that joint, Looney Tunes style, yo.
That would definitely be dope.
And you know what, yo, going off what the fuck with Smillz real quick, if what you were saying is actually a thing, the Wayne Brady that we got in the Dave Chappelle show would be the Wayne Brady in real life. Is Wayne Brady gonna have to
You are
F a motherfucker?
Yeah.
That's all I got, gentlemen.
Yeah, that'd be dope, yo. I'm waiting for Cuphead too. Get right back to it.
Yo, did they say like it was supposed to be coming out, but then they stopped talking about it?
Development stopped on it for a second. I don't know what's up with it yet, or what's up with it now, I should say.
Because what was it supposed to be called? The Last Supper, right?
Yeah, something like that.
I think that's the name of it.
And they were supposed to add the that chick was supposed to be in it. Chalice or whatever. She's supposed to be the playable character.
Yeah.
Yeah, they say that it's in development, but
But
they're
it's
talking
gonna
more
take
so
long,
about the Netflix show that's going to be right now.
Yo.
Crazy.
All right, Cuphead. I still got to finish it on hard. I don't think I'm going to have to do it, though.
Oh, hell no.
Because, yo. Shoo.
I don't even want to put myself through that.
I haven't even beat that shit, period. That game is hard, son.
What was the last boss you was in?
The last thing I remember doing was some level to where you go all the way to the right, then you got to start going up.
Oh, the
And
honeybee
then when
chick?
you're going up, huh?
The honeybee chick where you got to keep jumping up?
Yes. Yeah. That's
that
the
was-
last boss that I was up to.
That one was tough, yo. 'Cause you
Yeah,
gotta
knowing
beat
the way
you
you
gotta
play
beat the honey
games,
and all that.
Smillz.
Yeah, I'm surprised you ain't break a controller, yo.
Bruh, I was going to break my TV. Because it's like, yo, it's like, are you fucking kidding? What is this right here? So I had to turn it off because it was making me too crazy.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's it for this week's episode. Touched on a lot of things. Things got passionate, but it is what it is.
Yeah, man.
That's what we do.
That's what we do. Absolutely, that's what we do.
So we gonna make this announcement for next week or what?
Yes, G, make it.
Yo, next week, coming to y'all. If y'all was watching the show the past couple weeks, we had some chit chat about some sitcoms. So we had an idea, because I know y'all enjoyed the hip hop tournament. Coming to y'all next week, sitcom tournament. We get into these sitcoms. We gonna see what's up out here. So make sure y'all tune in. That's what we doing, man. We're gonna have a good time.
And we're gonna put out
Shout out to
trailers.
Sherman Hemsley.
Oh yeah.
What the hell? We just lost Smillz on some crazy shit. We gonna put some feelers out there on social media, and just asking people what sitcoms do you guys think should be on it, because it's gonna be a 16 sitcom tournament, traditional brackets. So if anybody has a suggestion, leave it in the comments. We're gonna put some up on Facebook and IG and Twitter. Hit us up on there and let us know what you guys think.
Yeah.
All right. But as Smillz unfortunately departed from the Zoom call, we go call it right there. So G, any final words?
Yo, man, everybody have a good week. Enjoy, be safe out here. Enjoy these summer vibes, man. Get out here, people moving around. Just, you know what I'm saying, still keep that mask in your pocket just in case. And, come back next week. We're going to have some more action for y'all, man.
Absolutely. As always, everybody stay safe, stay happy, all the great stuff. Have a great week, and we'll check you next week. Episode 14. Have a good one, y'all.
Peace. Thanks for listening to Trash Talk with GGS. See y'all next week.